Hello, everyone. It's your Aunt Vancie here, and I am so refreshed. I am incredibly well rested. Vitality runs from the top of my head to the bottom of my feet because I dismissed myself from social media, from telephones, from the internet. Uh, Partially, it was a self done thing, and partially because I was having internet issues. But I still had several hot spots I could have gone to, and I did occasionally for work, emails, and things of that nature. But I'm getting off track. My point is, I have gotten so much done in my personal life without being a slave to Facebook, or a slave to Twitter, or a slave to social media, to find out what everybody else is doing, or to have myself feel a specific way, which was not my intent. But there is an emotional charge through social media that allows a human to pick up another's negativity, positivity, endearment, derogatory statements, racism, love, God, hate, war. All of these things are so charged through the internet emotionally that I, as well as most of us, pick them up and obtain them, and then those emotions and those other people, 99.5% of, I don't have any clue of who you are or who they are, but that emotion and that energy is like a film on me. So having this time away has allowed me to hear myself again. The door's open. To hear myself, my wants. What is it that Vancie wants? Not what is it that social media thinks she wants. What is it that Vancie wants? I've had a lot of time to do some self-reflecting, and I'm happy to report my house has never been so clean. I literally got on the floor and scrubbed my bathroom floor, which is where the dogs are when I'm gone. And I hadn't done that in a year because of whatever reason. Not that it was filthy, but it was lived in. The baseboards needed to be cleaned. That's what I did. I have completely rhinestoned an entire costume in 4 days because I didn't have the accessibility to be withdrawn from purpose. So oftentimes we as a human race are withdrawn from purpose because of an addiction to other people's business. There is a fear of being disconnected to the world that has been thrust upon us and has been taught to us through our connection of social media. It's been an ongoing, slow process, but it has a hold on society that it seems will not be broken unless there is a complete breakdown in social structure, meaning that power and internet are no longer available. And because I gave myself an opportunity to withdraw from addiction and give myself purpose in my day, I found a new sense of home, a new sense of self, a new sense of worthy, a new sense of purpose, a new sense of love, a new sense of commitment to my life, and a realization that my commanding of the universe for a change in my life, not for a change, I made it so. I knew it, I commanded it, I said it, and I meant it. And I felt that I meant it. So, the universe brought back to me school, education, another way to give of myself and not feed into the addiction of social media and be in places where I'm not necessarily doing the best work that I can. Not that I don't love performing. I live to perform. It is in my nature. It's ingrained in my DNA. I will never retire from entertainment. But my point being that allowing myself to be away from the chaos and the derogatory and negative influences so many influential people have had access to millions, billions of people to feed what they will. I choose positivity. And enabled for me to do that, I have had to withdraw from whom I follow, only a select few, and I typically don't check all of my notifications because 9 times out of 10, they're good because of whom I choose to follow and get notifications from, but there is always negativity somewhere underneath the surface. So I tend not to want to do that because I don't have to. I choose my destiny. I choose what is okay with me. I choose what I don't stand for and what I will not be a part of. I choose, just like you choose. You are not, I and you and I, we are not the product of what we are told. Unless we want to. Unless we want to be that. If we want to be the sheeple like everybody else, that's our decision. But you have a choice. You have a choice to be so addicted to your social media that you cannot disconnect, that you ignore family and friends around you, that it takes a hold of your life and your life becomes unmanageable. We admitted we were powerless and that our lives had become unmanageable. That is a first step toward realizing my addiction of any kind. So if I can't disconnect, and if I am constantly finding a way to get back online because I can't find a purpose for myself, then I'm addicted. So I have really enjoyed that disconnect so much so that I'm going to continue doing it. I'll check my inboxes. I will give my positive videos. I will interact with people who are like-minded, but I highly, highly recommend disconnecting for a multitude of hours, multiple hours, like 24, 48, stuff like that. Give it a chance. You'll be surprised on how you're able to reconnect with the world around you, the actual physical world, not the social media man-made world. This is a man-made world. Pretty soon we're going to have little virtual glasses and it's going to completely block out the real natural world and we're all going to be disconnected. It reminds me of the movie WALL-E. Remember the movie WALL-E when the planet had when the humans had destroyed the planet so severely that there were garbage piles as high as skyscrapers and they had to evacuate the planet. And they were so lazy, connected to technology, that their bone density shrank and their body mass expanded. If you've not seen it, see it. It's a great movie. It's one of my favorites. But the message in it is priceless because it shows you what happens when I disconnect from the natural world wherein my treasure lies. My treasure within me, the God within me, is the treasure. And it also is connected to the natural world and the universe. Being addicted to my social media to the point where my house, my home, my food, my children, my work, my life suffers. And by me, I mean we. That's the time I know it's time for me to make a difference in my own life. To find a connection in the natural world. To life. To life. So when I post this, I'm stepping away and I'm finishing my costume and I'm going to do some stuff around the house. So God bless and keep you. Remember, you make your own decisions. So if you make a decision, you can't bitch and complain about the repercussions of said decision. If you want a better life, make a better life. If you don't want to be addicted, then admit you're addicted and make steps to change your life. Here's to connection in the real world, and here is to a disconnect of social media. You can find your friends off of Facebook, I promise. God love and keep you. Remember, today does what? It deserves a great